It's always Gold FM for us at Golden Point, Raki Raki.
Gold FM is #1 in Lusaka.
Gold FM is Nandi's best radio station.
It's always Gold FM with us here in Singatoka.
Old is gold, and Gold FM is #1 here in Lusaka.
Singatoka loves classic hits on Gold FM.
We listen to Gold FM here in Tagua.
We love Gold FM in Ba.
We've got beautiful beaches, people, and Gold FM in Raki Raki.
Lautoka loves the classic hits on Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, TLTV asks if Ithauke landowners have legal redress under the land use decree. CCF says it has reservations on the 2013 Constitution, and police force again reminded to be apolitical. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News. The CEO of the Ithauke Land Trust Board has questioned if the land use decree contains provisions and procedures for legal redress by landowners who have voluntarily agreed to give their land for administration by the Land Bank. Mikalonga reports the issue was raised with the Lands Department in a Radio Fiji One talkback show today.
The land use decree sets the legal framework which established the Land Bank.
Legally speaking, it's also right for the Land Bank to be the custodian of native land where landowners have decided to deposit their land in the Land Bank.
With 14,536 acres of native land now deposited in the Land Bank, the TLTB is now asking if Ithauke landowners can seek legal redress under the land use decree.
Questions raised are pertaining to what happens at the expiry of lease and the decisions that follow, and what happens when a landowner is grieved about something while his or her land is with the Land Bank. Can the radio guest explain the piece of law in the land use decree pertaining to court proceedings? Because, as they understand, this is one issue the TLTB has often raised with the Ministry of Lands. It's already clear that the landowners can take TLTB to court. If a landowner isn't happy with the board, what is the case with the land use decree?
Your question and your answers are indicating that the issue needs to be clarified.
In any legislation or any policy of that matter, or any decision that is made, it's only after implementation, then you will see some of the gaps. That's common knowledge. So when you see these gaps, and it's a major gap because of its importance on its impact, then naturally you will go for amendment.
We're thinking of talking with the Solicitor General's office to clarify the particular legislation in the land use decree which have been raised.
David Tambosiwanga has assured the Ithauke community that their land are well protected and secure under the law.
Ownership is safeguarded under the Constitution. It will never be taken away from the native landowners.
David Tambosiwanga has confirmed meeting with the Solicitor General's office and is awaiting response on the legal opinion sought. Mikalonga, FBC News.
Despite being invited to explain itself today, the Citizens Constitutional Forum is still preparing a detailed response to the Attorney General's office, which has called for the withdrawal of the 2013 Constitution booklet. However, in a new development, CCF Director Reverend Aquila Yambaki admits they have issues with the Constitution itself. This confession may shed new light on the context in which the booklet was printed.
The Citizens Constitutional Forum may have caught itself in a bit of a dilemma over the whole Constitution booklet debacle. The NGO now admits it has reservations with the 2013 Constitution itself.
Well, it's the Constitution of Fiji assented by the... We have some questions about the process, as I've indicated. But as we speak, before going to Parliament, this is the Constitution as we have it.
Well, you see, this is all very interesting, isn't it? I mean, we started talking about the booklet, as to how the booklet actually, which claims to be representing the various provisions in the Constitution, in simple terms, CCF is now talking about they do not like the manner in which the Constitution was assented to. So does this mean that the fact that their analysis or their simplification of the Constitution is actually biased now? And of course, that's what we've been saying. It is biased.
Question arises as to how the CCF can print and distribute the booklet in good faith if it can't readily accept the 2013 Constitution.
Do you not accept it as the Constitution of Fiji then?
Well, it was assented, yes. It's the Constitution of Fiji as we speak. But it's just that people are, to save people's confusion about the processes, it's best to call it, this is the government constitution.
The NGO is currently working on responses to all the issues raised by the Attorney General's office in the booklet. It wrote to the AG's office with a request to meet next Wednesday. Considering the implications of the booklet's shortcomings, the AG's office in response asked for a meeting this afternoon. CCF denied.
We had arranged this afternoon for them to meet up with us very urgently this afternoon at 4 p.m. They said they could not. We said, okay, 4:30 p.m. or 5 p.m. And they said they could not. They want to meet only next week. Now, if you have a document that's been circulated widely, that misrepresents the supreme law of the land, you must have a sense of urgency about it.
In the meantime, the CCF is refraining from issuing any more copies to the public, but doesn't spell out why it's stopping.
Does the CCF believe that there are good things in the 2013 Constitution?
There are.
But you still don't accept the document itself?
No, it's just that, no, we accept it as the government 2013 Constitution.
Why not the Constitution of Fiji? Why not the supreme law of the country?
Well, we've had about 1970, 1990, 1997 Constitution, 2012 draft, 2013 draft.
For the booklet itself, its future now depends on how soon the CCF and the AG's office can sit down and talk. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Chiefly households in Nandi have endorsed the proposed Fiji First Party for the September 17th election. Tui Nandi, Turanga Tui Naua and Turanga Tui Sambeto threw their full support behind Vorenge Frank Bainimarama during his visit to Saunaka village last night. Akusita Tale reports the chiefs are pleased with the work Bainimarama's government has been doing.
The message was loud and clear. The Vanu of Nandi has given its full support and is ready to stand behind Bainimarama's move to lead Fiji in the upcoming elections. His visit to Saunaka was welcomed by many with blessings and encouragement for the proposed party. The Tui Nandi says he is witness to the many of Bainimarama's developments that have benefited Fiji.
He has brought about many changes and positive developments, especially in education, health, roads and transport, and many others that were never implemented by previous governments.
He has done so many things, especially in education. Without education, there will be no development. Fiji will not be able to move ahead.
All parents in Fiji would like to see that they run on another 5 years so that we can continue to enjoy free education.
He's done a lot of changes in our country. He's a great man and he's done a lot for us.
The Vanu of Nandi is confident the proposed party will win this year's elections.
Some of these political parties haven't really done anything to show to the people of Fiji. There have been a lot of talks made, especially to the media, and nothing can compare to the current government in place, and we are thankful. We fully support Bainimarama's proposed Fiji First Party.
The other parties are just making promises without action, but this one is action.
He has helped a lot of poor people and he has made education free, and we thank him for coming to the local people.
Look at what he's done. The roads, the hospitals, the health services, the education is free.
Bainimarama told the Vanua he is thankful for the signatures and support from the West and will continue his visit to get signatures for Fiji First from other places around the country.
All we want to say is that we are always concerned about those living in rural areas. We want you to know that we are here and there will be no changes to the way we go out to assist those who need it. Nothing has changed from the past 7 years to the time we will go into elections.
Bainimarama, who was on leave during his visit to VCC, Nawaka and Navakai, was accompanied by the Attorney General Aya Sayed Kayum as he collected signatures to register his proposed party. Akosita Talei, FBC News.
Coming up, Ndomoni Carmen hits the stage next week.
All down Tawang mein is only Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
बाके हर घर में खाली मिर्ची FM बजे. मिर्ची FM is hot.
Best sound, best music, Mirchi FM rocks and records.
Nandika #1 station है Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot. Mirchi FM it's #1 in nursery.
मिर्ची FM is hot. हम लोग मिर्ची FM रोज सुनता है. मिर्ची FM जागो मामा. मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Talita na radio Fijuan na muirani nonda kunua.
Ando talita kana borrongo na radio Fijuan singa toka mboleta ni station ni alumatu.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na radio Fijuan station ni alumatu ilo toka.
Ando talita kabale una borrongo na radio Fijuan na mandi na station ni alumatu.
Au tungo korbo. Ando borrongo leve na station ni alumatu na radio Fijuan. Ando borrongo na radio Fijuan na station ni alumatu na mandoi tele.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Police officers were again reminded to be apolitical and to familiarize themselves with the electoral decree before the general elections. This was relayed during the Commissioner's Parade at the Nasova Police Barracks compound this morning. Officers were commended for improving on their key performance indicators for the first quarter. Savara Tamboa has more.
246 complaints against officers were recorded in the first quarter of this year.
We are regarded as professional officers who are duly trained and skilled to provide that service to the community. So think of yourselves and know who you are in the organization.
The acting police commissioner's job has been made much harder since there are no funds allocated to investigate cases of complaints against his officers. Meanwhile, with only a few months away from elections, officers have been reminded to be familiarized themselves the electoral decree and not to be associated with any political party. They were reminded that this will be a testing time for them, as some politicians may want to take advantage of them as we get closer to elections.
The nation is just a few months away from the general elections scheduled for 17th of September, and you and I all have a crucial role to play. Once again, I want to remind you all that we are to remain apolitical at all times.
The force has improved in most of their critical areas. The acting police commissioner says he's proud of his officers for improving their performances in many areas that they were considered weak in before. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
The local opera Ndomoni Carmen will hit the stage from next week. The show is a remake of the 2009 production of the same name. Josephine Navula was at the rehearsals today.
Ndomoni Carmen is a Melanesian story with a traditional village setting.
Really intense. We're trying to get the music sort of compiled and learnt and sort of getting the emotions through.
Our characters are a representation of everyday life, with the arrival of Carmen, the city girl who disrupts the established order of the rural women in the village. Behind the Carmen story is the modern woman who strives for equal rights, freedom and acknowledgement in the society.
Okay, Carmen opens on the 24th of April, a week after the festival closes, so it's pretty hectic at the moment. We're slam bang in the middle of rehearsals. There's still a long way to go, and the cast are working very, very hard. As you probably are aware, we had Ndomoni Carmen in 2009, so we're restaging the show this time.
Vocally, they're a lot stronger now, they're a lot more experienced. So obviously you get to see that on the stage and to hear that literally, so it's a great thing.
The opera will be staged at the University of the South Pacific ICT Center in Suva from the 24th of this month to the 3rd of May. The Ndomoni Carmen was premiered in 2010. It has changed over the years, showcasing the authentic Itoke cultures in the modern Fiji. Josephine Navula, FBC News.
We turn to sports now, and here's Jamie with the latest.
Good evening. After the break, the latest from the OFC Championships, and the boys in blue are out to stamp their mark at the Nawaka Sevens this weekend. Stay with us for the details.
Today FM is awesome in Ba. We love you, Today FM.
Today FM rocks in the story, and I love listening to Today FM.
Today FM is #1 in Televu.
Today FM rocks in Lotaka. Woohoo! Today FM is the most popular station in Asino.
We love everything about Today FM here at Golden Point Rekireki.
Everybody in Singapore loves Today.
Today FM rocks in Ba.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Bulan 2 saya betul FM, 62 Rekireki.
Bula FM 62 in Nosor.
Go etabo ke buat sekolah Bula FM nga.
Bula FM 62 Korbu.
Bula FM 62 Sawa.
Bula FM 62 Lotoka. Bula.
62 Bula FM member.
Bula FM 62 NSR in Singapore.
Total talitak na warong ng Bula FM Lotoka.
Ali akar warong Bula FM 62 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Welcome back. You with FBC Sports. Defensive blunders proved costly for the Shop and Save Nandi side against Auckland City in the OFC Champions League. It was a tale of two halves, with the visitors dominating the opening spell to score 3 unanswered goals. Talinda Dakadaka reports.
The debutant for Auckland, he's released Moriera on the right.
Going up against the OFC League defending champions was always going to be a tough task for the Vodafone Shop and Save Nandi side. But it was the way in which the jet setters conceded the goals that disappointed the coach.
If you look at the play, they did not build up anything and then scored. They went on the counter-attack with the loose ball. We made errors and they scored. So it is a learning experience for Nandi, and I think we'll go back to the drawing board and work on the strategies to come back and play against the other teams well.
Auckland City were a well-polished outfit in the first half, but seemed to take their foot off the accelerator in the second.
I think in the first half we created lots of chances, not only those 3, but there were other opportunities in there to capitalise. So the football was very good in the first half. In the second half, we changed a bit as we expected. But we have to be positive and think that this way is the way we're going to, get the results.
The Green Machine now have a short turnaround before their next match against an impressive Amikal outfit on Friday. Chalendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
New Zealand's Waitakere United kicked off their OFC Champions League campaign on a high with a 2-0 win over Samoa's Kiwi FC this afternoon. The two-time champions could have won by a bigger margin but failed to execute scoring opportunities. Talenta Dakadaka reports.
Waitakere United proved today why they are the only side to have secured a back-to-back Champions League title. The New Zealanders had too much firepower for their Samoan counterparts.
Goals really well, but I thought we created a lot of chances in the second half and probably should have added to the total a little bit. But overall, the 2 goals were taken really well. Sam's goal was great as well, so I'm pleased with that.
The Kiwi FC side was outplayed, but the coach was satisfied with the players' performance.
We lost, but for me as a coach, I'm really happy about the performance of my boys, because preparing our team. We didn't have, it's not an excuse, but we didn't have that much time to get together with my overseas players, but the game, it's really good.
The Waitakere United side has sent out a strong message to its counterparts that they are determined to win a 3rd OFC title. Salendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
And finally from the OFC, Tahiti's AS Piri has defeated Solomon Warriors 2-1 in a game that ended not too long ago. Here are the goals.
Gone into the 55th minute, and Molea, a lovely one that time by James Naka, timed well, the cross came in. Imana Lufanki, nice football and a lovely finish on the far side. Gone into the 55th minute, and Molea, a lovely one that time by James Naka.
The Police 7 side is looking to make a statement at the Fiji Bitter Nawaka Sevens. The lawmen have yet to taste victory in a major tournament and are hoping that they will turn their fortunes around this weekend. Talinda Dakadaka has more.
Former national reps Ulaisi Lawabo and Micheli Nadangilevu will form the core of the police side at the Nawaka Sevens. Police have picked a strong side for what it believes will be a tough tournament.
Yeah, it's really hard. Every team coming now, it's they mean business too. Like I said, we going there, we treat it's our pool game as a final. That means every team are coming, main aim. They had a vision, they had a mission. So we are not underestimate them. They are really good team.
The lawmen have roped in several provincial reps to strengthen their bid, but not only for the main prize.
To show the public and show the management of the Fiji Sevens team that we have players that can make it to the national team.
With the caliber of players in the squad, Police will head into the two-day tournament as one of the top sides. Chalendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
The Lao Conference Easter Cricket qualifiers came to an end today at Suva's Albert Park. The three top teams making the cut for the Easter Championships are Lakemba 1, Mode and Onoi Lao. The qualifiers proved a good learning curve for the Lakemba 1 side, who have their eyes fixed on the Easter Champions title.
They lost 2 matches and it's a big lesson to them. Now we are just trying to build up the foundations of the team and looking forward to the Crampton next week to the Easter Championship. And the goal of the mission of the boys is to go back here to Dal and take back the Crampton Cup with them at home. So there's a lot of people in the village, they're looking forward for Lakemba to win this tournament.
And that was your sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Property and fleet management company Vishal Bhartia Holdings has recently won a bid to provide some fleet management business to the government. A statement says this will improve revenue opportunities next year. The company held its 6th AGM in Suva today. Chief Executive Bob Niranjan says before listing on the South Pacific Stock Exchange in 2001, the company's total assets were $800,000. The assets have now grown to just under $10 million. The present forecast for sugarcane to be crushed this season is about 615,000 tonnes at the mills, as the mills look forward to a positive season. Fiji Sugar Corporation Executive Chairman Abdul Khan says the Lambasa sugar mill is going through the normal process of repair and maintenance, so it's ready for the coming cane processing season. The rail system is also undergoing maintenance and repairs. Acting Commissioner Northern Alipate Mbolalevu says they will work together before the harvesting and crushing season and look into each sugarcane sector. Hi Jen, lovely weather today.
Yes, Jackie, it was lovely for us here in the capital with fine weather right through the day. Unfortunately, it wasn't all sun and games for everyone else, with other centres experiencing rain and cloudiness in the afternoon. Savasavu also had to deal with thunderstorms later in the day. 33 degrees Celsius is Fiji's highest temperature today. The Hidden Paradise follows at 32, while Suva has the lowest at 30. Occasional showers over most places are expected tomorrow. Isolated thunderstorms with heavy falls are also likely to occur. Big smiles for those in the west though. Showers will ease by the afternoon and boat lovers rejoice. Our seas look set to stay moderate and east to northeast winds remain at 10 to 15 knots. And we end the day with this great photo from Mr. Rahiman of Nandi. Great backdrop, great picture.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. The headlines once again. TLTB asks if Ithauke landowners have legal redress under the land use decree. CCF says it has reservations on the 2013 constitution, and Western Chiefs endorse proposed Fiji First. This week's question we're asking, should there be price control on the rental of residential properties? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's FBC News tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow. Nimo Damanda.
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी इज नंबर 1 इन सिंगटोका।
मैं लंबासा के निवासी, मेरा नाम प्रेम चंद्रा है। देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2 को मेरा सलाम।
नैंडी में देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2।
रेडियो फीजी 2 में देश की धड़कन मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 इज नंबर 1 इन सिंगापुर।
नैंडी में मेरा धड़कन है रेडियो फीजी 2।
हम नन्नूपुर की रहता है और हम रेडियो फीजी 2 हरदम सुनता है।
हमें रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनो बहुत अच्छा लगे, आप भी रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनो।
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2।